Okay. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another live stream. It is Saturday night, and I am coming to you from Huizhou, China. As with all these live streams, if for some reason it goes out, it's because the connection is bad. Hang in there. It hopefully will come back. If it doesn't come back, I will restart the stream and try it again, as I have the last couple live streams. We've done like part one and part two. Uh, it's one of those things about living here, I suppose, right? But thank you all for joining me. I have a lot to talk about tonight, and I'm glad you all can join me. One second here. Here we go. I'm got multiple devices up because if for some reason the chat does go out, I will still be able to get your comments on my iPad over here, because if the connection does go out, I will lose the chats, the comments that you make. Oh, let me put this on. Go Dodgers. Okay, so my live streams now, I am going to be focusing on these baseball shirts, these jerseys. They do baseball jerseys, basketball jerseys, and football jerseys. Here, I'll show you. Kind of sponsored right now, fcustom.com. You can go there, hit the link below, and enter the coupon code WalkaboutRojo for an additional 10% off. These are custom made, as you can see here. This is the one. I actually have this one. I just left it in my car, so I am not wearing that one today. But I got a custom one made in my Los Angeles Dodgers Walkabout Rojo. I love it. It's brilliant, and you can do it custom for anything you want. You can get Walkabout Rojo if you want, or you can get anything you want. And it's a really interesting company. They're out of America, and it makes a great gift. If you want to support me and support my channel, hit the link below. So I will be talking about that later. So let me tell you what I am doing here in Huizhou. I got here Friday night. It's now Saturday night, so I guess it was last night. And I was going to stay in this very, very hip part of town that has restaurants, and coffee shops and little boutique hotels. It's a gentrified part of the old town of Huizhou near Westlake. And I was very excited because I wanted to do some videos about it and explore it. It's similar to the neighborhood that I stayed at in Zhongshan. So I did a lot of research. I was wondering, okay, where am I going to stay? What am I going to do? And I got to the first hotel that I was going to stay at, which was rather small, and they showed up and they said, sorry, we cannot allow foreigners to stay. And that's not because they don't want foreigners to stay. It's just they don't have the paperwork, the necessary connections with the police department, because when you stay in a hotel in China as a foreigner, you're required, or the hotel is required, to register your passport and your information with the local police department, and this hotel didn't have that. So I scrambled, and I checked into the Conda Hotel, which was about a block away, which is a very, very nice hotel. It's kind of a landmark here in Huizhou, and I ended up doing a video about that hotel. It'll be a short little video, but it was good, and they took care of me. So that's where I was last night, and today I went to southern Huizhou, into the mountains a little bit, and I rented an ATV and went exploring the mountain a little bit, and that was a lot of fun. I got really, really dirty in this old beat-up ATV that was so much fun, and just getting into the dirts, and I had a blast. In addition, after that, I ate some local foods, which the foods here in Huizhou is fantastic. I had some Hakka food, and for lunch we had Hunan food, which is my favorite Chinese cuisine. And then I toured a local artist gallery. I have a friend who introduced me to this guy who has this gallery and some of these old antiques that are over 1,000 years old. It was fabulous, just sitting there drinking tea that he had actually grown. He has a little tea plantation, I guess, in Xiaolan, and drank a lot of tea. It was really good. Bai cha. And then he rolled out some incredible paintings of Huashan and a couple of other locations around China. Incredible stories that I was being told by this artist. And I got to see his art studio where he creates this stuff. And he creates this art, these giant canvases on a huge, huge slab of solid wood that weighs God knows how much. And the wood itself is over 3,000 years old. It was an incredible experience. So I went from having fun in the mountains to this little art gallery. And then I came to this hotel where I'm at now. I am currently at the Sheraton. It's called the Sheraton Bailuhu Resort in the north part of Huizhou, only about 20 minutes outside of the main city, not far from the hot springs that I stayed at a couple of months ago. A couple of weeks ago, actually. And I love it here. Now, I'm only here for the night. I got a really good deal, and I'm the only one here. The hotel is a massive resort, but it is dark. There's almost nobody here. And it's on this lake, and the lake is completely dark. It's really kind of strange. But I know this is a popular hotel because it is thousands of RMB usually to stay here, and I got it for like 400, and that includes breakfast. Like I said, I'm like the only one here. And I went swimming in their infinity pool, which was freezing cold, but whatever. And I'm not going to do a review of this hotel like I would other hotels, mostly because I'm not going to be here long enough to do this hotel any justice. Again, this is a massive resort with restaurants. It's got incredible pools. There's like a little water park. It's on a lake that has like a little beach, and you can rent jet skis and do all. There's so much to do in this resort. It's huge, and I'm not going to be here long enough. I will be getting up early tomorrow morning and tackling Lofushan. I'm going to be climbing Lofushan tomorrow, and I've been wanting to do this mountain for years. And every time I'm planning to do it, something comes up, and I haven't been able to do it. And even tomorrow, something came up, and I had to say, absolutely not. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be climbing this mountain. So early in the morning, I'm going to be driving about an hour west of here to Lofushan, which is the tallest peak in Guangdong. It's one of the holy mountains of the Taoist religion, and I cannot wait to do it. It is a fascinating place with incredible views. It's going to be great, and I'm going to spend the whole day on the mountain. I'm going to stay at the base of the mountain and just enjoy a beautiful Sunday. So that is my plan for tomorrow. Okay, so who all's out there? Let's see. We got just a couple of people. It's still early. It's 10:30 p.m. here in China. I have no idea. What is that? So it's 10:30 a.m. on Saturday morning on the East Coast. So maybe 7:30 in the morning on the West Coast. Saturday morning. I hope you all are sleeping in and not watching me. Let's see. I got some comments here. Let's see. Jamaica Funk. Jamaica, how you doing, man? Gene, good to see you. Hope all is well, man. I haven't seen much coming out of your channel lately. Am I wrong? For some reason, have you been making videos lately? That's I should go check out your channel soon, I hope. Okay, so Sergio, I got in contact, or someone contacted me. We talked about it. I'd like you to send me an email or a chat. I don't know what's going on, but we need to find that about. Let's see. And it looks like the connection is not very good. China, I love you. But everyone, cheers. Excuse me, I'm a little Qingdao tonight. So if you recall from my last live stream at the college, I will not start teaching until the end of the month. So I have another 2 weeks. I was supposed to start teaching on Monday, but they pushed back 2 weeks because not all the freshmen have come onto the campus yet. And when they do come, they're coming this weekend. They're coming today and tomorrow. They will start their military training, which is a mandatory training for all freshmen in college. They will start that on Monday, and as soon as they're done with that, then they'll be in the classroom. That's the plan. I haven't heard an update about my colleague who was stuck in London. He is trying to get back. I assume he will be back shortly, but when he does come back into China, he will have to do a 2-week quarantine. So the beginning of the term is I still don't have my my schedule yet, my lecture schedule. I'm waiting on it. I asked for it. I was hoping to get it before the holiday. I didn't get it. But that's what's going on. It was a very quiet week in Zhongshan. I bumped my head here, so you can see a little mark there. Not doing anything crazy, just getting out of the shower, hit my head on the towel rack. So not too fun, I guess. But Huizhou, I've been coming here a lot lately, as you guys know, and I'm really, really liking this part of China because I'm learning a lot about it. There are hidden treasures. Excuse me. There seem to be hidden treasures all throughout this region of China that I had no idea about. I've done a lot of Western Guangdong. I've been to Yangjiang. I've been to Zhaoqing. I've been to Maoming. I've seen a lot of it. I've been to Jiangmen, Kaiping, all over Zhuhai. You guys know that. You've seen it in my channel. But here on the east side, which is, Dangguan, Huizhou, Huiyan, Meizhou, Chaoshan, Shantou, places like this, it is just another half of the province that is almost completely unknown to me. And I'm exploring it, and I'm loving it. It's really, really great. So, yeah. Oh, Jamaica Funk says, I upload every week. Why am I not getting notifications of your uploads? That is so strange. Huh. All right. But that's what's going on with me. Lots of things going on in the YouTube community. Let's talk about my Dodgers. Go Dodgers. They are a juggernaut. They beat San Diego. San Diego was the team that I was most fearing in the National League. And they were really good this year. They were a stacked team. They were fantastic. And they went out at the trade deal and got some more pitching. And I was kind of, this was the series that I wanted to watch and pay attention to. And I'm so stoked that we are going to the National League Championship now. We're going to be playing Atlanta, which is also a very good team. And I'm really looking forward to seeing all the games from that. How did the American League do? Did Houston win? Does anyone know? I haven't checked it. Let's see. I'll be posting some photos and videos of my weekend here in Huizhou on my Facebook page soon, so you'll be able to see that. Oh wow! Yeah, the sunset here was amazing today. For some reason, when I go to my MLB app, I can get the Dodgers score, but when I go to the brackets and try to find out, okay, who won in the American League, it doesn't come up. See, it's for some reason it's just blank. So it looks like we start against Atlanta on Tuesday, and yes, I am watching all the games. I'm streaming them from China, and the connection does go in and out sometimes. It's not perfect, but I can stream the games, and I have streamed them for years. And I watch as many as I can. Okay, so I see post-season seedings. Let's see. Anyone still out there? No? Okay, hold on. Not a lot of people on the stream tonight. Good. You should be enjoying your Saturday instead of watching me. Hey. No, see, it's just I get the postseason brackets, but I don't get the postseason seedings, but I don't get the brackets. So I'm curious, is Houston going to be a possible World Series against the Dodgers? God, I would love to see that. I think the whole world would love to see that. If Major League Baseball knows what's good for them, they would have Dodgers and Astros in the World Series, right? Okay, so the connection isn't perfect, but I'm going to keep going. Okay. I have a bunch of videos that I'm really far behind in my videos, guys, and I'm sorry about that. I've been filming a lot, just kind of banking on this extra time that I have that I don't need to teach. So I've been utilizing this time as much as I can and traveling around and trying to see as much as I can. And so I'm not in the coffee shop as much, but I'm banking a lot of raw footage, and these videos will hopefully come out. Yeah, you watched my auto show. That was a very small auto show, and I'm fascinated by what Chinese cars. And I was speaking to a friend of mine recently. He asked me, who makes the best cars? The Koreans, the Japanese, the Americans, the Chinese, Germans, right? And I said, well, Germans make pretty amazing cars, engineering-wise. Well, there we go. There's no doubt about that. The Japanese make solid cars, but from what I've seen, they just seem to be rather boring, design-wise. I haven't seen a lot. I mean, I'm talking about their common cars, their standard SUVs. I know that they make some amazing cars, and the quality is really good. I sat in the Lexus, and of course, Lexus is, it's Lexus. It's a great car, but I found it to be kind of odd sitting there. First of all, I felt the designs were rather boring, but also when I sat in it, I didn't feel like it was the Lexuses of old. I felt the interiors just seemed more like, I don't know, wannabe sports cars, I guess. I didn't like them. The new Nissans that are coming out in the next few months, I think the next 10 months, they're going to introduce like 20 new models. And I got to see the new Nissan Rogue, and that's very impressive SUV. Nissan is going to, they need to flip the script because Nissan hasn't been doing too well lately, but they are coming out with a lot of new things. I'm very excited for the 400Z. I've heard a lot of rumors about that. The one that blew me away the most was the Defender, the Land Rover Defender. That was beautiful, but then I looked at the price tag and I said, okay, this is completely out of my league. And I made a mistake when I sat in the Havel. I said, oh, it's 430 RMB, but, Shu Wang Kuai. And I thought they said Su Wang Kuai, 430 RMB, when they said Shu Wang Kuai, which is 130 RMB, 130,000 RMB. So I made that mistake in the video. I hope I corrected. Someone corrected me, and then I made a comment back on it. And then there was another comment on that video about the Guangzhou International Auto Show that will be happening in November. I do plan on visiting that. That one should be very good because there were a lot of automakers at the Zhongshan one, which is, again, a small city, that weren't there. Lincoln Co. was not there. Wei just had the one car there. There were, a lot of Chinese automakers that didn't make, even Porsche. Porsche wasn't there. So the Guangzhou one should have a lot more interesting things, and a lot. I'll make another video about that. They seem to be pretty popular videos on my channel. What else we got here? Okay. Hello from India. Hi. Thank you for joining me. I talked a little bit about India. I was with a friend for dinner tonight, and she had actually visited India and was telling me she was there for work, but we were talking about like yoga and stuff, and we got into that. India's a place I would like to visit, but I wouldn't know where to start. It's so big and different. It's Thanksgiving long weekend in Canada. Really? It is. I like the Chinese little Bronco. What's the little Bronco? The Chinese little Bronco. Is that the Havel that I was in? It's kind of like it. I like it too. The front end of it, I think I have to get used to that. I wasn't 100% sold on the front end of the Havel Big Dog. They call it the Daguo. But the interior of it was really awesome. It was comfortable. And I think for that type of vehicle and the size of it and the price that you can get it, which is just over $20,000 US, I think is an excellent steal. What a great deal. And Havels, I'm a big fan of the Havel. Obviously, I own one, and so I'm a little biased. But I think that they're just solid SUVs. And again, mine's been wonderful. No problem with that one. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, I saw the Rogue advertising. Yeah, they've been all over YouTube, the new Rogues. It seems to be the new SUV everyone's talking about. Live from hotel. Yes, I am at the Sheraton Bailuhu in Huizhou, China. Okay. Yeah, it's called the Big Dog. Yeah. Uh, Again, this is a wonderful resort property that I'm at. Well, let's fix that. I think let's put this. I think, yeah, that might be a little bit better. Okay. Uh, Maybe make it a little smaller. There we go. Why not? Okay. That might be better. uh, I've stayed at almost every major hotel in Huizhou over the summer. Again, I've been coming here a lot. The condo was okay. The Pullman was fantastic. All of them are reasonably priced. None of them are over $100, except for the hot springs resort that I reviewed. That one was thousands and thousands of dollars. I didn't pay that, of course, but to stay there costs you a pretty penny. Now, tomorrow night I'll be staying near Lofushan. Now, the choices of hotels near Lofushan are rather spartan. They have a Vienna hotel, which is I'm doing a hotel series on cheap stays, solid quality chain hotels in China that are in most major markets that you can stay at for a reasonable price and that you can pretty much know that they're going to be comfortable and a good value. And Vienna Hotel is one of them. They're everywhere. The problem I have with Vienna is that they're all the same. There's no difference between one or another. They have the same decor, the same beds. It's got the same feeling, the same lobbies, same artwork. So it's cookie cutter. And a lot of people like that because you know what you're going to get, and it's a solid choice. So if there's no other choice in a town and there's a Vienna, you pick the Vienna. But again, they're just kind of boring, you know. Now there's another hotel that's a Grand Palace style hotel. It's rather old. Yeah, it's not smooth streaming, guys. Sorry, I'm doing my best. Hopefully the audio is good at least. Anyways, this grand style white, mount. It's at the base of the mountain, and it's this huge building with columns and everything, and I don't know. It's one of the first resorts that was built at Lofushan, and it's got some not so great reviews. It's a rather old hotel with very, very rock hard beds, but they do have some hot springs there. So after a day of hiking, soaking in a hot spring is the best thing to do. I haven't decided if I want to stay at that. It's about $100, a little less than $100 to stay there, or I can stay at the Vienna, which is $50. I haven't decided yet. There's a bunch of other hotels in the area, but none of them have very good reviews. None of them seem to be very unique. I might just come back here to Huizhou and pick another hotel. There is one major hotel in Huizhou I have not stayed at yet, and that's the Renaissance. It's right on the riverfront. Fairly new hotel, but it's just another tower hotel. Again, because I wasn't able to stay at that boutique hotel in the old quarter, and that's the second time that's happened to me in this city. I'm kind of turned off by it, I won't lie. And I called another one, which was a lot more expensive. Another one of these smaller boutique hotels in that old part of town, and they said the same thing, that they couldn't accept foreigners because they didn't have the connections. Well, they didn't say it, but it's the reason why they don't accept foreigners is because they don't have the proper connections with the police. To scan your passport and register your passport with the police as a foreigner. So, and there's a number of them. There's like 4 or 5 of them in that neighborhood that are all very unique and very, very interesting. And I want to stay at these places so bad because they're fascinating. They provide an amazing experience, and I can't do it. And I'm a little frustrated by that. It sucks. I'm tired of tower hotels and these little resort hotels. They're nice, don't get me wrong, and they get a great value, but they're just all the same. Just all the same. Let's see. I got no more comments coming in on for some reason. There. Feel free to send me a super chat, guys. I do have it available. If you want to send me some money and support me, go for it. How was your trip in National Forest? Great question. Yeah, last week I was when I did my live stream from Xiaoguan. I was going the next morning. I was going to be going to uh, Nanling National Forest, the northernest part of Guangdong, bordering Hunan Province. Very very remote place, but one of the more beautiful forest parks, I'm told. I drove out there. Took me about an hour and a half, and on this little country road, and I noticed there were no buses. There's no people. I drove through this village. It was a very sleepy little village at the base of the forest. I drove by this huge hotel. It's brand new. It's been built, brand new, completely empty. I mean, there's no furniture in it. The lobby is got the staircases and the marble, and it's got the front desk, but there's no flower. I mean, the parking lot was empty. It wasn't boarded up. It was just brand new and then left abandoned, it seemed. And it's just very curious. I got to the front gate of Nanling, and there was a couple of guards there, hanging out, and a big fence, and it said, "Nope, can't come in. It's closed." So I drove all the way out there, and I couldn't get into Nanling. I was very upset about that. But that's what you get when you're on walkabout, right? It's sometimes you get to a place with all these plans to explore it, and you get turned around. It's a little bit of a fail, right? I made the best of it. I drove around the countryside in that part of Shaoguan, and I came across another mountain. I basically was just following the crowd, because as soon as I got out of that little village area, that valley, there were a lot of cars that were headed off, and a lot of road infrastructure going into this other valley. I said, okay, let's go explore that. There seems to be a lot of people there. There must be something interesting there. I couldn't see anything on my map. And it turned out to be Yumen Shan. It's just a touristy kind of mountain. I took some pictures. There's some pictures of it on my Facebook page. And they've got a glass bridge. It's one of the older glass bridges. It's one of the very first ones that were here. And they've got a couple of other interesting waterfall features and everything. All of it is man-made. Nothing is natural, but it still was quite beautiful. There's a water park there. There's a zoo there. They've got carnival rides, and there were a lot of people there because of the holiday. And it was very busy, but not overly busy. It was navigable, and wasn't too loud or anything. I enjoyed myself. I had a good time, and I walked around. I'll be releasing a video about that mountain soon. It's stunningly beautiful, but it's not natural. If you guys understand, the waterfalls were all man-made. The features, the glass bridges, they had these giant towers that were made to look like granite spires that were all not real. There's an elevator inside of one of them. The swimming pools, I don't want to say swimming pools, but the pools, the walkways, the forest, it was all man-made, but done in a nice. I really enjoyed myself. It was a nice afternoon. I liked it, and the mountains surrounding me were all natural, and they were beautiful. They had these low-lying clouds flying through the peaks, and that was very picturesque. And the food was pretty good too. So that's what ended up happening with that. I tried to salvage the day because I couldn't get into Nanling. All right. The pickup culture is becoming popular in China. Yes, it is. I'll be doing a story on Rojo Reads the News about this soon. I'm seeing more and more pickup trucks, especially homegrown. Today, out in front of this hotel, there's a Dodge Ram full-size pickup truck that's decked out with all kinds of accessories. It's got a tent on the back. It's a beautiful truck, but here's the kicker. It says UN on it. It's got the UN mark on the door, on the hood, on the back. It's not a UN vehicle. It just says UN on it. And it's made to look like a UN kind of off-roady, vehicle. It's not. Whoever put that, it's got the UN symbol on it. It's not a UN truck. I promise you. Very, very interesting. But you're going to start to see it. The laws in many of the major cities are changing to allow mini trucks as personal conveyances. And I'm starting to see a lot more trucks. And I know GM has been partnering with a local vehicle company here to produce light-duty vehicles, light-duty trucks. for the everyday consumer, because right now pickup trucks are pretty much for the police departments, the maintenance divisions of the government. They all have like spray painted on their back, the actual license plate, and it's not really a culture. SUVs are everyone has a compact SUV. That seems to be the thing to have. But I am starting to see pickup trucks, and we're going to see a lot more in China, and that's great. I think it's a good thing. I like pickup trucks. Let's see what else. Thank you for commenting. When are you in Lofushan tomorrow? You must taste a bowl of gel bean curd. Interesting. Okay, I'll try it. I don't have any food. I was going to go there and see what kind of food they have on the mountain or near the mountain. I have no plans. So, gel bean curd. Yes, I will try that. Thoughts on the VP debate? I thought it was great. It was interesting. I enjoyed it immensely. I watched every minute. I liked it a lot better than the presidential debate. Let me put it that way. You must have the foreigner ID card now. It's new. They've been talking about this foreigner ID card for a long time. I've seen pictures and mock-ups of it. In many ways, I don't have a Chinese ID card, but in many ways, the residence permit that's in my passport, that in many ways is my ID card in China. I mean, that's what everyone wants to see when I go places. So I just carry my passport with me. I mean, if I get the foreigner ID card, that'd be great too. I think it's needed, especially for people who've been here a long time. It would be beneficial, but not having it is not a bad thing. It's a very minor inconvenience carrying my passport around and using my passport to get into places and do things. I've been doing it for so long now. It's fine. I have no problems with it. It's like we had this conversation today about VPNs and connections, internet connections, and internet accessibility in China. And when those connections go down, it's like, yeah, of course. It's a minor inconvenience, but it's so common, and it's part of our lives here that I just don't even have a second thought about it anymore. It's like, yeah, of course it's down. It'll be up again. I don't. Maybe I'm getting too comfortable. Huh? No, I'm kidding. China is very comfortable. I'm very happy here. Okay. Any other? There's more people are coming on. Great. People must be waking up in America. Still see no postseason bracket. I can't pull it up. Do you guys know who's in the American League Championship Series? Hey, it's coming up. Okay, looks like Tampa Bay and Houston. Sweet. That'll be a great series. The Dodgers Atlanta is always going to be a great series. It looks like Tampa Bay and Houston. Wow, that's going to be a good series. Of course, I want to root for Tampa Bay. They seem to be the dominant team in the American League, and I want to root for them because obviously as a Dodger fan, the Houston is not my favorite team. But at the same time, I kind of want Houston to win so that we can play Houston in the World Series. It'll be an interesting week next week. If you renew your FEC, you will get it this time. I renewed my expert certificate back in June, late June. So I didn't get it. So maybe I'll get it next year. Yeah. Iceman, do you have one of those? Is it something that do you find it? And if you do have it, is it useful? Is it more convenient to have it? And everywhere I go, people just want my passport. And here's my passport. So I have a feeling even if I have this foreigner ID card, that people are still going to want to see my passport everywhere I go. So it's just one more identification thing I got to carry. Yeah. I have so much paperwork that I carry around everywhere. Okay, well, let's do some. How long have we been on now?